What's up, world? Today is an episode about something that we all have to go through, or don't have to, but it's kind of like recommended for you to go through to be, well off. College. We want to give some tips to like incoming freshmen, to seniors, to sophomores, things that can help you out and help you get through college. So check this episode, Grind Towards Success, out because you don't want to miss it. What's up, world, and welcome to another episode of Grind Towards Success. I think this is episode 13. I'm trying to make it episode 13. Could be episode, that's not episode 12. Episode 13 for sure, guys. So welcome to another episode of Grind Towards Success. I'm your host, Zakka. Today I'm here with an old college buddy, one of my fraternity brothers, Derek Pon. He was the president of my chapter down at Zakka, Missouri State University. We both went down there. Good school, great 4 years. I guess it's like, she was 5 years. 5 for me too. And you're your master's too, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah, one more class left. Hopefully I can get that done.
So you're still in it. You're like, this is a perfect episode. So those of you who are getting ready to go to college and like, I don't know what to do. I don't know how should I live my college life? What should I do in college? We've been through the ringer. We can give you some tips. So, incoming freshman, what tips can you give an incoming freshman?
Yeah, I mean, incoming freshman is one thing that I didn't really think about going to college. I had no idea what to expect. I mean, my family went through college and they kind of told me just to have fun and whatever, but I didn't really know what that meant. So I just my freshman year, I just kind of went through the ropes and I just went to class and didn't really do anything besides that. And then moving into sophomore year, I got more involved. Like you said, joined a Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity and met him and really expanded my horizons. So, I mean, really just be open to anything and outside of classes and just joining groups and meeting as many people as you can, really, just to find out what your passions are throughout college.
Definitely be open-minded. Like, just don't run the college thing. This is my little high school world. I had this closed mind thought, like I was the shit in high school. Excuse my language, guys, but like, don't have that mindset like you're the big fish in high school and then go to college, like, and you're gonna run college. Your freshman year, you're not gonna run it. Like, just be okay. Just say, hey, I'm new. I'm gonna give this a shot. Don't know what that is, but I'll give this a shot. Like, don't try to think you know everything. Classes, teachers. What advice can you give about teachers?
Yeah, definitely. Especially starting off in college and going to classes, you don't really know what to expect. So I was fortunate enough to have some older people, like in our fraternity or other groups that I met that have been in that class before. So they would tell me, what teachers to take, what classes are easy and what I can pass and get a good grade in, or what I really wanted to follow. I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do, so I was just taking recommended courses from what my advisor would tell me. But it wasn't really until I had somebody older than me that told me and how they did it and how they studied and what they went through, so I could pass the tests and get the most out of my classes. So I didn't really know how to study or to take tests ahead of time until I had those people in my life in college to be able to walk me through that as well.
So there's a good tip right there. Get a good mentor. Get somebody who you can look up to, who you can talk to and ask for advice. Another thing with teachers, rate my professor. That's a thing that I didn't know about till my sophomore year, I believe, sophomore or junior year. Sorry, teachers out there. But students use it. Like, see what other people are saying about teachers. Now, take it with a grain of salt, because some people will have a very salty experience to a class. They feel a certain way and they'll put their feelings out there. But other people will they're like, I love the teacher, a great teacher. Look at it, see what people say about the teacher for taking it. That's one thing I learned about college. The teacher really does make the classroom experience. Even like the teacher's more laid back and like to explain a lot, that's a teacher you might want to get. But one of your teachers you like is somebody who, like, hey, this is X, Y, and Z, just go for it. Don't need more hands off.
Right.
Then that's another teacher you need to take. Also, another thing about college and another thing about teachers, don't be afraid to drop a class. I was really hard-nosed. I was like, I'm not going to drop a class. I'm not taking this loss. Like, how dare they? Like, I'm going to sit through it to the end and got my first D? Yeah, my first D ever, and then didn't pass the class. So I took the class later. So if you feel like it's getting too tough and you're like, everything's piling up, I need to drop, do it and take it back next year. Don't try to rush out of college. I think a lot of people try to sit through a class so they can get out early. Don't do that. Enjoy it. Relax.
Yeah, definitely. For me, I remember I started off taking 18 hours. I'm like, I can do this. It's 4 or 5 classes, whatever it is nowadays. And getting into it, I'm like, there's no way I can do this. I can't keep up. But like you said, like, I'm not a quitter. I didn't want to quit. But until I realized that I can drop that class. I can still get my money back. I'm not losing any money if I do it at a certain time. And one of my biggest tips that I did so I could enjoy college in that semester was that I took a summer class. So I took a summer class back home in my hometown, but I do it online, and those classes were a little bit easier from what I found. So I'd get those credits, but not having a big workload. So over the summer, I'd take 1 or 2 classes that were a little easier, and then during the semester, I could focus on one less class and be able to really not only get good grades, but then to enjoy friends and other things that I wanted to do.
Nice. Socializing. So Greek life, getting involved in other groups. My thought on that is definitely keep your open mind about, like, I keep saying open-minded. Keep it open-minded. So one thing, the biggest thing you can do in college is keep an open mind. Don't try to sit there like, oh, socializing, let me cut this video off. No, because socializing doesn't mean go out partying and just go directly to, oh no, some random house and pop a beer open. That's not socializing. It's a fun time. Like that's a good way to have fun, but it's not the only way. So when it comes to socializing, don't be closed-minded about what that is. Like, just go up and say, hey, how you doing? Oh, you guys gonna group together? Everybody go bowling? I'm down with bowling. Like, stuff like that. So be open-minded to socializing and be open-minded to Greek life. Because a lot of people have this really closed mentality about Greek life. We're both Greek, like I said, Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity, represent. A lot of people think Greek life what you see in movies. They think Neighbors, they think, that's the recent one, but like Neighbors, Animal House. I thought of Stump the Yard as a kid. When I saw Greek life, I was like, oh, isn't that? And I was like, it's a glorified National Honor Society. We're stepping in it. That's Greek life. Didn't know that.
I wasn't making that one.
I didn't know there was different types of Greek life, different types of fraternity and sororities when I went down to Missouri State. But heck, I still had a good time. Don't regret my decision.
Right.
Like, freaking love it. But be open-minded about it. If you're thinking about rushing, any tips for somebody who's thinking about rushing?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, we'll go back to that word of being open-minded. I mean, that's exactly what most of us did in our fraternities, and we didn't want to join. In my freshman year, I actually went to Oklahoma State, which was a predominantly Greek school. Didn't know that, and I didn't really get along with anybody because I was being very closed-minded. I stood out and hung out in my dorm the whole time and just played video games. That's all I wanted to do, just go to class, get done, whatever. Until I realized that, Greek life was something that it wasn't just, this facade of Animal House or whatever, but there was more to it and different portions. So different groups had different ideals and really just meeting the individual people. It's not necessarily, what they say their values are, and ours were scholars, leaders, athletes, and gentlemen, but I also met the people and they were exemplifying what that actually meant. So there were good guys that I've known before, and then I met more people there that I'm friends with now that I don't think I would have been friends with in high school, whether that, they weren't my personality or I wasn't theirs. But getting to know those guys, man, that was the best time of my life. And now that I'm outside of college, those are the guys that I hang out with today, whether we're in the same city or not. So really just going around and finding a buddy and just asking them, hey, do you want to go to this event? I saw it's free food or free pizza, free pizza,
Always.
Free beer or whatever.
Always.
But, that's a first, it's a good way to spend your first, I guess, weekend in college, really. I mean, just playing sports or whatever. And if anything, you get free food. But,
right.
And I don't think you should limit that to just, Greek life, but any organization that you want, whether it's your faith or student government, things like that. Really just going and being open to taking those opportunities. And that's not only going to help you socialize and meet friends in college, but it's going to beef up your resume as well. And you really find the passions. I changed my major maybe like 4 times, and that was because I always had this set expectation of what I wanted to do was, marketing or this, and I switched to logistics because of a teacher, and then I switched over to business administration because of one of my fraternity brothers, and then I really found out, what my passion is, which is just people. And I did that because of all of my fraternity brothers or other groups that helped me decide and gave me the skills for what I wanted to do later on in life. So
that's a good, well said, because that's a good point there. Finding your major, because a lot of people go into college not knowing what their major is. And I know this wasn't something we had written down, but it's something that you brought up that's, I think, really important for people to know about.
And that's okay.
Yeah, like, it's okay not to have your major right off the bat. You shouldn't really go into, thinking, I'm going to have this one right here. It's going to be this whole road planned out for me. I'm going to get to X to Y, and this is how I'm going to do it, and everything's going to be, tick for tat, because things change in life, especially in college. So much change. Like, I thought I was going to get through this and just fly by, and didn't. Took a right turn, left turn, went backwards a few steps, and then finally got to the ending point. So be open-minded about that, and be aware that, you can change different majors, and you can try different majors out too. But Greek life, if you're somebody who's rushing, don't go into closed-minded thinking, I'm going to get this one fraternity right here. I'm gonna be in it. I'm gonna become the next star, the next frat star, and just run over it. Like, no, try other fraternity houses out. Yeah, your friends might be in that one, but it's okay to rush into a fraternity and then still hang out with your friends in that fraternity and friends in another fraternity. Like, you can have different fraternity friends and sorority friends, or sorority, just tripped my words up there. Sorry, sorority friends. Like, it's okay to do that. Don't be closed-minded about that certain house because each one's different. So try different houses out when you're rushing.
Yeah, and it's a good point too. It's like just because you're in one fraternity doesn't mean you can't be friends with this person, this fraternity. But we're all people at the end of the day. So if you find yourself liking this group's values, or maybe one person influenced you to join that, doesn't mean you can't be friends with somebody over there. And depending on the school too, a lot of them do a lot better job at that, and they promote that. So I know Missouri State University, we all had that closed mindset. It's like, oh, we can't be friends with them, we can't be friends with them. And then senior year, I'm like, what the heck?
Those guys.
So senior year, we're like, what the heck are we doing? Like, they're cool people. Right. We finally get to know them, and we hang out with them, after we graduated too. So just be, like you said, don't limit yourself. I mean, you can go out and be friends with anybody on campus, whether they're fraternity or not. And some people are intimidated by that because they're in a fraternity that I can't talk to them, or I can't, join their party or join their event or whatever. But include people. If you do end up going Greek or you don't, include each other in whatever you do, and you really find out that you might expand your horizons or your passions, or just overall college perspective.
Well said. Well said. I was thinking about one thing, going out, because it's going to happen. You're going to go out, you're going to talk to people at parties, bars. One of the biggest tips, don't take drinks for somebody else. Make sure if you see somebody gonna give you a drink, make sure you see them get it from the bartender, or make sure they're see them opening up the can or whatever it may be. Don't just sit there and just take this drink. Here's a shot of whiskey, man. Take it. No, don't do that. Be smart about it. So if you do partake in drinking and alcohol, be smart about it. Just be smart. That's all I gotta say. Just be aware. Crazy stories happen. That won't get into. You can ask me on a personal level if you know me. But yeah.
Yeah, and the biggest thing with that is go have fun. That's what college is. You don't get that experience whether it's 4 or 5, even 6 years. Ryan Robinson looking at you for 10. But you're not going to get those times back. I mean, once you graduate and you're in the working world, if you don't truly love your job, then you're going to miss those times. But those are some of the best times that I had were in the 4 years. So just because, if you want to skip a night of studying, that's fine, but make sure that you're on track with your classes. If you have homework due at 12 o'clock, don't be going out at 5. Get your homework done, take that 30 minutes, take an hour or whatever. Tell your friends, no, for a second, I'll meet you out in 30 minutes, something like that. Or if you have a test coming up and you know that you need to pass this test in order to do it, then go ahead and do that. Or if you're smart, get all your work done at the beginning of the class, so then you don't have to worry about your grade afterwards. Say, I need a 30% to get an A. That's a good feeling come finals.
Yeah, it is a good feeling. Finals. Ooh. How to handle finals week?
A lot of Taco Bell and a lot of caffeine.
Study before. Make sure you have your notes and everything prepared. Like you said, be prepared before, because when final week comes and you're trying to get everything out the way, then that's not a good look. Make sure you have your stuff ready so that final week is less stressful. You have to worry about all the tests and all the different classes, because they will pile up. So be aware of that. The tests will pile up. And just keep notes every day for classes.
Building off of that, find somebody in your class, for one, find someone in your class that you can study with. A lot of the times that they might be taking better notes, or take notes that you might have missed, and vice versa, so that you guys can compare and study and just quiz each other on, depending on what kind of class it is. Also, be really open with your teachers. I mean, teachers are there for the most part to help you, but going back to rate my professor, be careful on a couple of them. But a lot of them are there to help you, and that's what they're there for. And most students are either afraid or they don't care enough to go up and just go ask the teacher and say, listen, this is the grade I need and this is the grade I want from day one. And they'll know that, and they'll see that initiative ahead of time, and they might even help you out down the road. Especially when it comes to study tips, I always ask when we have an exam or going through the study guide for that exam, if something's not clear, I'll ask the teacher, I'm like, hey, what is on this, the written essays, what are those going to be? A lot of times they may not say anything, but sometimes they might say, well, pay attention to this part of the book. Another big area that I never really realized, and it seems like common sense, is just read the book, especially if you're in business at least, or if you're trying to memorize all these terms. Read the book, because a lot of the times the teachers are taking their tests directly from these textbooks and examples they do. So if you're not taking notes in class, actively be reading the book, or vice versa. Take the PowerPoint, take some notes ahead of time if you'd like, if you have that initiative, or just really ask the teacher back and forth on what, they're giving examples of what's going to be on that test.
Pay attention to those examples too. There's a lot of teachers, and I feel like there will be a teacher right now looking at this video and like, son of a, how dare they get this away? Like, there's a lot of teachers who use their class examples and put them on the test. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I literally looked at a test and the answer to number 5 was something the teacher said in class.
Right.
I just didn't write it down. Like, I was literally sitting there like, he said X, Y, she said Z is, and like, just like, skip it. I'll take this L. But no, like, pay attention to what the teacher says. Definitely take notes in class. And then meet a friend and ask, hey, can we meet up? Can we study over this? And be serious about studying. Don't just sit there and we're studying and somebody's listening to the next, Chainsmokers song on, like, I don't know, Drake is playing in the background. You're more care about Drake and the party tonight. No, actually be serious about studying. And another thing about partying, every party's different. Like, you're not going to miss anything if you don't go to this party. You can go to another party. So don't try to go to every party because it's going to be the same repetition thing. Make parties a special event. Don't just try to say, I gotta go to this one this Thursday night. I go to this one next Thursday night. I gotta go to the club next Thursday. No, don't do that. Just enjoy them when they come.
Yeah, and one of the biggest advices we had is, if we do decide to go out and do that and have fun, that's our decision. I mean, it's 4 years. It's what we're there for. I mean, we live for those moments, and we're not going to forget them. But one of the best advice that we got was, if you go out with the boys and you have something in the morning, get up with the men in the morning. So if you're going to be tired, if you have to go to if you're in Greek life and have to go to community service, or you committed to doing this, get up, make sure to do it. So it's your decision what you want to do.
All right, guys. So one of the last things we're going to talk about here is work. I did my freshman year, sophomore. I pretty much worked all throughout college. My first job ever was at American Eagle at Battlefield Mall. Yep. Now you know, guys. I worked at American Eagle. I think I said it on another video, so it's not that big of a shocker. And then, did you work all throughout college too?
Yeah, so I usually work through the summer. I mean, my freshman and sophomore summers, and then junior and senior year, I worked either 1 or 2 jobs while I was going to school as well.
And one thing about work, because, it comes to a point you need extra cash, and you probably pay the bills. You definitely get outside the dorms and start living in houses and apartments. You definitely need income to pay for your bills. When it comes to work and school, don't overfill your plate. Like, have a set amount of classes and then have your work. So tell your job, like, hey, I'm a college student. I need to take off these days right here. I gotta work these hours. Be upfront with your bosses. They understand. They've been to college, hopefully, or they know somebody who's been to college. So they understand what it's like, especially in a college town. Should understand that, it's school before work. So definitely don't overfill your plate, because that's what I did my junior year. I took 17 credit hours plus worked 2 jobs, and maybe tell you I saw sunrise literally maybe 7 times out of the week. It's just not intentional, just because I had an art class, I had a writing class, I had Finance 380, which was horrible. No, I had Accounting 2 that semester. God Lord. Oh my God.
Glad to be over.
Gosh, right? I just had a flashback there, guys. That was horrible. You don't want to experience that flashback. You don't want to be there like 10 years from now saying how much you almost killed yourself because you decided to take so many credits and then take 2 jobs. So understand that if you do take on work and get a job, slow yourself down. Maybe instead of taking 15 credit hours, take 13 credit hours. That way you can get through school and then still work and make a little bit more money for your bills.
Mm-hmm, definitely, yeah. And I think determining when to work is there's probably 1 of 2 things. It's 1, that I need the money and I have to work to support my bills throughout college, and 2, I really just want experience for an internship to get a job or anything. So 2 different approaches on that one. Like, if you need to work and work through college, or if you want to just help pay for bills and pay for rent, and a lot of students are like that now and helping their parents out, then like you said, so get a job that you're working a set amount of hours a week that and it's comfortable for you. So anywhere whether that's 10 to 20 hours or more a week, make sure it works with your schedule, and make sure that you're still having that fun on the side, and then you're not overbearing yourself and moving along from with I don't know. But like, if you need an internship as well, one of my strategies that I didn't need to work through college my first 2 years, and I was focusing on school, but I would work 40 plus hours over the summer, and so I was building my resume at the time as a young college student, and then I would save up all that money from the summer, and then I wouldn't have to work as much during the school year. So I was able to do those organizations and have those funds. So still building off my resume, but still having fun with my friends and being able to have those, Saturday mornings off, or not working at American Eagle at the Battlefield Mall some days, but I've been there as well. So really just it goes back to being social and meeting different people. You'll never know what person has this connection to get you this job where I'm just playing with a dog all day, but I'm making $15 an hour. Just go meet those different people, and it can happen, and then you can help your friends, give back and help your friends to find them a job if they need it, or just be open with what your desires are.
And you made a good point, like 10 to 20 hours. I'd definitely say during a semester, during a school year, 20 hours max. Do not try to do 30 or 40 hours a week working, because that's literally it's a full-time job.
Tough.
Yeah, it's tough. Don't do that, because school's a full-time job too. So balance those out. 20 hours is my advice on that. Any other advice you think, or anything else you think you would have known, or you wish you would have known going into college?
Yeah, definitely. Probably the organization thing, to be honest. Joining different organizations and being able to meet different people. Through our fraternity, we had the opportunity to have a big brother, or what we call them, and they were really a mentor. And I credit mine to Andrew Atkins helping me get along pretty well and into the school and getting into the ropes of things and understanding where I wanted to be and what my goals were down the road as well. So especially, and then juniors and seniors out there, not just looking at the freshmen, but find somebody you can take under your wing and help them out. I've seen so many times of people starting off with having anywhere from a 1.7 to a 1.5 GPA, and then the next semester, just because of one guy help them study or help them do this, and kind of got their organization together and their schedules, something that fit for them, and turned it around to have like a 3.8, 4.0 GPA that next semester. So specifically juniors and seniors, find somebody that you can help, and if you didn't have that before, then give back to them. If you did, then definitely help them have that experience that you did.
Well said. Anything else that I think I wish I would have known? Pretty much, I can't already explain, but just be open-minded and understand that like things gonna change. Don't overfill your plates. Probably my biggest one. Like I did that a lot. I have a really bad knack of trying to do everything all at once. So just taking a step back and being more patient is something I wouldn't know about college, and I think that's pretty good. All right, so Derek Pon has one more advice for you guys, and that is studying abroad.
Yeah, definitely. So studying abroad is one thing that I didn't know even existed when I went to college, and a lot of the different programs, whether that's business or public administration, what have you, they all have their individual study abroad programs, and they have scholarships available to you that will pay for you to go to another country. That was something that I was scared of, because I didn't want to miss out of my college career, and I didn't want to my friends, or they're not gonna like me anymore after that. But then I'm seeing all these programs, whether it's a semester long or a week long. It's like I could go to Spain, England, Germany for this much money, and I'm getting paid to go do that, or get a job. And there's a lot of people that are either scared or don't think they can afford going out there. But that's one of my biggest regrets from college, is not studying abroad. And Spanish was really big for me, and I had an opportunity to go to Spain, and I turned that down. And that's one thing that I regret. So definitely be open-minded to studying abroad, and you can do that as early as freshman, sophomore year. So
definitely check that out, guys. Okay, so recap. We'll go through.
Somebody's having fun.
Right? We just hear people next door. But all right, so recap. Teachers, classes. Get to know your teachers. Get to know who their class is about. Get to know who your teachers are, and be aware that it's okay to drop. It's okay to drop. You don't have to try to rush through a class. If you find yourself failing, find yourself struggling, and ask teacher for help, and it's still not getting better, it's okay to drop and take it next year. Socializing.
Mm-hmm. Joining organizations, being open to different groups and things that sound appealing to you. You'll never know when you'll find a passion from joining, whether it's a Greek life or student government or a faith group, but being open to different opportunities that are presented to you as well. And studying every now, just study ahead of time, be prepared, be early. And then come finals week, you don't want to overbear yourself there and just feel completely exhausted, like him working or studying or working until 6 a.m, then getting up at 7 o'clock and going back and doing it again. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself.
And then work. Get a balanced schedule with work. If you have to work, 20 hours, it should be good enough. If you have to go over that, just remember to drop your classes like to 13 credit hours or 12 credit hours. I think 12 is the minimum, right?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah, 12 or 13 credit hours, wherever your school minimum is. Don't try to put 17 or 18 hours on your list. Well, That's it for this episode of Grind Towards Success. Hope we answered some few questions for you, some thoughts you might have been having about college. If there are any questions for us, you can message me directly on Facebook or Instagram, or put a comment in the comment section down there. Derek, is there a place they can find you?
Yeah, same thing. Facebook or in the comment section, or just let us know. And then again, just want to reiterate, find that mentor throughout college too, whether it's us or somebody else, that be able to, find what worked for them well, and then you're going to find out, how you can do better in college and really make the most out of it.
And I'll have your information in the bio too, so that way they can find you or contact you if they need to.
All right.
Well, Derek, thanks for coming on to this episode of Grind Towards Success. No problem, man. And thank you guys for watching. Keep being awesome, and see you next time. Hey guys, if you're watching this episode on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up if you really enjoy it. If there's a comment or there's a topic or something you want me to talk about in the future, please put it in the comment section below. Also, please click on subscribe if you want more videos of Grind Towards Success or movie showdowns. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And lastly, you can follow me on Instagram here. Follow me on Snapchat there for more daily and motivational tips. And you can watch the next episode of Grind Towards Success here, or the previous episode, or you can watch another episode of Movie Showdowns here, which is my movie review series. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. And see you in the next episode. Keep being awesome.